वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Om, may Brahman protect us, may it nourish us, may we work in harmony with great vigor, may our study be illuminating, may we not cherish ill feeling towards each other. Om, peace, peace, peace. Welcome to today's scripture class. Today's scripture is Vivekachudamani. In the Vivekachudamani, last time, if you remember, we had studied the verse 517, where student is expressing his gratitude to the teacher for having realized the Brahman, the truth, the reality, by the grace of Guru. That grace is very much highlighted, and the student is deeply indebted to the teacher for removing all his ignorance and granting him the knowledge of the self. Now he is established in the self, means he has got the thing that what a person seeks. Jivan mukti sukha prapti hetave janmadharanam. This human birth, purpose of human birth is to attain that Jivan mukti, to attain the knowledge of the self, or the truth, or the Brahman, or Bhagavan Labh, it's a realization of God. Whatever you use the word, that is the purpose of human life. Now this student's purpose of life is attained. So he achieved what our soul through many births is seeking to attain. He has finally found out the truth. Knowingly and unknowingly, we pass from birth to death and from life to life, and we have got rebirth to attain that reincarnation, to attain the knowledge of the self. And here the student has already received that, got that, and he is very grateful to the Guru. In that he said, verse 517, we did last time, Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutiresha Bhavat Kripa Shri Mahima Prasadat Prapta Maya Shri Gurave Mahatmane Namo Namaste Stu Punar Namostu. O teacher, I salute you again and again and again, for by thy grace alone I have got this Swarajyam, this Swarajya Samrajya Vibhuti, the glory of the sovereignty of Swarajya, means one's own kingdom. It is the expression for Brahman. I have attained my own self-knowledge, that is Swarajya, by the glory of Swarajya. So glory of the sovereignty of Swarajya has been attained by me, Bhavat Kripa, by thy grace. O Sri Mahima Prasadat, O great one, by thy grace and by thy blessing alone I have got that. Otherwise for me, without you, it was not possible to attain this knowledge of Brahman, to go beyond this Maya, Tarati Shokam, Tarati Atmavid. The Atmavid goes beyond all suffering, all ignorance, all darkness, and reaches the Atman, reaches the glory. So here he has reached the glory of the Swarajya Samrajya, the sovereignty of the self. He has written that by Bhavat Kripa, Sri Mahima Prasada, Prapta Maya, I have by me it has been attained. Sri Gurave Mahatmane, O Mahatman Guru, O great soul teacher, by thy grace I have attained this. So what can I give you? How should I express my gratitude to you? What should I do? I don't know. Just that, then comes surrender. Namo Namaste Stu Punar Namostu. I do bow down to thee, and again bow down to thee, and again bow down to thee 3 times. That is the way of expressing gratitude for having attained the thing that one seeks throughout his incarnation from life to life, and finally he has attained that, and he gives all credit to the blessing of his Guru, who tried to remove the ignorance by teaching and giving him instruction how to find the self, as it is said in the Vedas, tapasa brahma vijijnasasva. Realize Brahman by tapas, by focusing into the self, by negating all non-self, and that way the student found, going deeper and deeper into the self, has found the true self, and then finds that all this manifestation is also of his self alone, and he is beyond his joy and he expresses gratitude. Now the next verse also, he will say, what I have attained. He was saying, I got Swarajya Samrajya Vibhuti, the glory of the sovereignty of my true self. Now here was his verse 518. Maha swapne maya krita jani jara mrityu gahane Brahmantam klishyantam bahulatartapair anudinam Ahankara vyaghra vyathitamimamatyanta kripaya Prabodhya praswapat paramachitavan mamasi guru. Now he gives another scenario, that what, O Guru, what you have done, what you have given to me. Mahasapne maya krita jani jara mrityu gahane. I was in the deep forest of the dream. What the dream was, who created the dream? It's created by Maya. Maya krita mahaswapni, big dream, big sleep. Like they say, Kumbhakarna sleeping 6 months. I had been sleeping from birth to birth, different incarnation. I was never awoke. I was thinking I have awoken after death, but that was another dream. Again another dream, another life. Like that I was doing that. So it was Mahaswapna. In this life also, it was a great dream, the awakening dream, and this dream was created by Maya. In the form of what? Maya krita jani jara mrityu gahane. And this dream was the great dense gahana, dense forest. What type of forest? Jani jara mrityu. Where there is jani, there is birth, jara, there is old age, and mrityu, death. All giving trouble. The birth, old age, and death, all are set with suffering, because these are created by Maya, and these things are full of suffering, and I was experiencing that from many births. One birth goes, one life goes, another birth, another life. That also I was experiencing jani jara mrityu gahane, and it was so dense. I was in such a dense forest of this dream that I was not able to awake, not able to go out of that. I couldn't find the way by myself. You were so gracious that you brought me, you guided me from this dense forest to the light, to the real path. Here was so much danger. And what was this danger? Brahmantam. I was just roaming in this forest from place to place. And how was my roaming in the forest? It was klishyantam. It was full of suffering. Klishya means all suffering, misery. Everywhere I was going and I was afraid, fearful, doubtful. And with that there was no end of my suffering. Klishyantam. Bahulatara tapair anudinam. What type of that? Different types of suffering. Bahulatara. Various types of tapa, all suffering was coming to me. And that was giving me lot of trouble, klishyantam, lot of trouble it was giving. So I was not happy in this world. In this forest I was roaming, I had forgotten the way to go out of the forest, and this forest I was roaming with all with trouble and suffering. And bahulatara, various kinds of suffering. Physical suffering, of course, there has to be disease, there has to be pain, and also there was suffering from that is created by other beings. So, what person will do what animal will kill me, the tree will fall upon me, who will say what, I will get job or it will go away. Like that, there were so many things about suffering that was created by other person as well. And there was still another kind of suffering, another kind of fear created by natural forces. The earthquake, the storm. I was always suffering of bahula taratapai, of various kinds of, different kinds of sufferings they were coming to me. So first is adhyatmika tapa, then adi bhautika tapa, then adi daivika tapa. These three types of suffering make all the suffering that we get in our life is either created by ourselves or created by other beings, including other people, relatives, friends, enemies, all that come who create trouble to us. Even friends create trouble sometimes. So that is also tapa, that is called adi bhautika. And there is still third type of tapa. It's not created by human being but by natural forces. So that also creates a lot of, the tapa comes from the fear, misunderstanding, and non-adjustment, friction. So that created so much of suffering in this world, in this forest. And this forest, what? I was dreaming. This forest is the forest of dream created by Maya. And what does Maya do? Maya makes ignorance. What the Maya does, Vedanta says, it does two things. Avarana and Vikshepa. Avarana means it covers, Vikshepa means projects. What does it cover? Maya covers the truth, that I am the self, I am the Atman, I am pure consciousness untouched by any suffering or any enjoyment. I am that being, unshakable, unmovable, undying. That is totally forgotten. That was the covering aspect of Maya, Avarana Shakti of Maya. Another is Vikshepa Shakti. Together, with Avarana and Vikshepa happen together. When the truth is hidden, that who am I is gone, then comes who am I in a projected way. Maya projects, I am a human being, I am an animal, whatever form I am taking. I am this height, I was born there. All these upadhis will come by the power of Maya, Krita, and this Vikshepa Shakti and Avarana Shakti created by Maya have been tormenting so much in life. And, oh Guru, what you have done, I was roaming around in this forest with a lot of troubles. When this trouble happened, Visyantam bahula taratapair anudinam. It's not that one day I was suffering. Every day there was some suffering. Anudinam. In fact, in anukalam, every moment we suffer in this world. And every moment is uncertainty, doubts, all fear, all these create lot of suffering. Here the student said, I was suffering every day in this forest, deep forest created by Maya, in the great dream, Mahaswapna. And what is there next? Ahankara vyagra vyathitam imam atyanta kripaya. And there was a tiger. This tiger was created from nowhere, I don't know, this Maya created. And the tiger is Ahankara, I sense, that is individual self separate from this reality, separate from other things. I and you, that I tormented me like the Vyagra, we didn't really is. The separate Atman, separate Ahankara is not in existence, but somehow it was created by the Maya, and that was devouring me, that was eating me, and I was not finding the way. All trouble was because of Ahankara Vyagra. That was the thing that I sensed to the ego, and that became big, and instead what it started doing, it started eating myself to me. Through that ignorance, I saw a big tiger roaming, and that was my own ego, and that ego was creating all the problem. When the ego is there, problem is mostly there. Sri Ramakrishna says about the pakami, ripened ego, that is taming the tiger. You have tamed the tiger, then it becomes pakami. The tiger will start listening to you. You may make it work for you. So it will be all sweet, nice thing. That tiger not will attack other person. If it is the real untamed tiger, kacha-ami, it may give trouble to you. It may give trouble to other beings. So kacha-ami, this tiger is dangerous. So it needs to be tamed. Still it is a tiger. So the tiger created by my fancy, that is what the ego is. The tiger created by my fancy of eye sense, that is also gone from this forest. Then, Vyathitam, I was really so much suffering. I was pained. So as we have pain when we have little cut in the finger, this tiger was giving so much pain to me, tiger of ego. Then what you did? Kripaya, by thy grace. What type of grace? Atyanta kripaya. It was enormous grace. Simple grace. Why you had to teach me and give me the knowledge? You had already gone beyond ignorance. You were so happy and pleased. What made you make me free from ignorance, free from suffering? It's just thy grace. You had no duty. You may not have done that. You are not doing it for name, fame, money, power, nothing. You just did it out of thy grace for seeing my pain, my suffering. I was suffering because of this, and finally you have given me that. Atyanta kripaya prabodhya. You woke me up. Just dreaming this forest, this tiger, and roaming and suffering from birth, death, and old age. All these were just dreaming, mahaswapna. And you, prabodhya, your grace filled me by waking me up. Hello, get up, you are dreaming. It is not suffering at all. You are very good and you are sane. You are just dreaming. I wake up from this tremendous, dangerous, fearsome dream. And who did that? You did, O Guru. Prabodhya praswapat. From this prakrishta swapana, praswapat. This swapna, this dream, never-ending dream, it seemed. But you woke me up to the reality. Parama Vitavan. Oh, this teacher, you woke me up. Vitavan, avitavan means you have protected me. Asahana avatu, please protect me. May Brahman protect me. Avatu means avitavan, who has protected. You have protected me. I was protected from what? Great suffering protected me. By waking up from this tremendous, enormous dream, fearsome dream. You woke me up by thy grace. Avitaman, Mam Asi Guru. You have done this, Mam, to me. Oh Guru, what you have done, I cannot express thy grace. You have saved me. You have protected me. I am so grateful to you. That's what the waking up. When you wake up someone from the dream, the very fearsome dream, that will, oh, thank you very much. I was having fearful dream. And I was very worried. I was really afraid. The tiger was going to pounce me, and in the right time you did that. And the person was already with seeing the tiger, he was perspiring, sweating out of fear, sweating in the waking state. The effect of dream was there, so much was the effect of this dream. Even in the waking state he was sweating. Just see the enormosity of this dream. The intensity of the dream, sometimes it may become like that. So here, the dream has no effect on real waking state. Whatever fearsome dream you see, waking state, you are always same. It was just a dream, no matter what was there. Once you woke up, it's gone, totally vanished in moment. Kvagatam kenava nitam putra linamidam jagat adunaiva maya drishtam nasti kim mahad adbhutam. I saw this jagat just now. This jagat, this world, full of varieties and variation and class and friction and so many things that made my life miserable. And now I don't see that world. That world who was creating a lot of trouble to me, so that world has vanished. Just now it vanished. Where did it go? The tormenting world has gone. It is gone forever. Now whatever I see doesn't give me any trouble, because I now realize that I cannot be troubled by anyone. I am not this body, and what I see is also not body. It is all the pure consciousness that appears as the body I call I, the body I call you. It is all pure consciousness appearing like water freezing and making different blocks of ice. So blocks of ice as if fighting, but in reality they are just water. I and you are water. So this world that created trouble to me vanished. What a wonder thing. And how did it happen? You are, O Guru. He found everything vanished, everything Guru and him also same. So Shankaracharya says at one place, Advaitam sarva bhutesu nadvaitam gurunasa. There is Advaita towards all. Everything is same, all pure consciousness. But when it comes in the form of Guru, then he and I. So in that still they want to retain the Dvaita. The Guru and Shishya are all same. In one of words he says, I am neither the Guru nor the Shishya in the Nirvana Satkam. But that is the thing, Nadvaitam Guru Nasa. There is no Advaita with the Guru. The gratitude towards Guru will always be there. Without Guru's grace, I could not have attained this knowledge and come out of the sorrow. That's why he's so grateful to the Guru. O Master, thou hast out of sheer grace awakened me from sleep and completely saved me, who was wandering in an interminable dream, in a forest of birth, decay and death, created by illusion, being tormented day after day by countless afflictions and sorely troubled by the tiger of egotism. So, tiger is dead. No tiger now, no ego, all vanished. Now it's all self, all Atman, none else exists. Sannyas in bold, say Om Tat Sat Om. None else is all I and bliss, none else exists. Sannyas in bold, say Om Tat Sat Om. Whatever exists is I, and everything is blissful. None else is there. There is no one who is tormenting, who can torment, who can give me trouble. So that realization comes, and is so grateful to the Guru. Now the last verse of his gratitude, expression of gratitude, students' gratitude. Namastasmai sadai kasmai kasmai chimmahase namah yedetad vishwarupena rajate guru rajate. Namastasmai. So, hey Guru Raja. Guru Raja means king of Guru. So you are the best Guru. You are the greatest Guru. He has attained by the grace of Guru, and everyone thinks and respects his Guru as the best or her Guru as the best. Even in our school education, in academic education, whoever gives us teaching, we say, my teacher was the best. That my vernacular teacher, there is no other like him, like that we often we say. So like that it here also he says, you are the Guru Raja. You are not simply Guru who will go just knowledge and do. You are really tremendously efficient Guru who not only taught, who took me and he just taught, and it was fruitful teaching. You took me away from ignorance. You could show me the light. It's not that you go and find light. Not that. You are the one by whose teaching I could find. So he's very grateful to Guru, of course. Tapasa Brahma Vijigyasasva. Understand Brahma, why tapas? Go and do tapas. student comes and says, oh, this body seems like to be Brahman because it is existing. He says, no, still go tapasa brahma vijigyasasva. He again sends the student to still focus more on the self. Body cannot be self. Like that. The student goes and does tapas. Himself he practices a lot. But what the role of Guru is, he is asking and guiding. No, this body is not the Brahman. This mind, prana is not the Brahman. This mind is not the Brahman. Who will say that? He is a misunderstanding, and he will be, if Guru was not there, he will be like Virochana. Virochana and Indra go to Prajapati, Brahma, and the Brahma says, oh, whatever you see in the reflection, go and see in the pond, whatever you see, that is Brahman. And Virochana saw the body and said, body is Brahman. And he didn't come back to Indra again. You have to come back. Here the person understood body to be Brahman. Annam Brahmeti Vejanat. Annam means Annamaya Kosa. He thought Annamaya Kosa is Brahman. Then he didn't go back home. If he goes back home thinking, oh, Guru said, Tapasa Brahma Vijigyasasva. I did tapas, I focused, I tried to understand Brahman, and I find I am this body, Annam Brahmeti Vejanat. And goes back home. No, he doesn't go. He comes to the Guru and reports and says, yes, I understood. This Annam Brahma, this Annam I Kosa is Brahman, this body is Brahman. Teacher says, no, go again and perform tapas. Tapasa Brahma, same teaching. But how this guidance helps? Tapas he has to do, student has to do. But this guidance is so important. Without that, you will not realize. That's why Acharyavan Purusho Veda. Those who have Acharya, the person who is Acharya, who is Guru, he will Veda or she will Veda, that will realize. Without Guru, it is very difficult to realize the truth. Who will guide me? All actions you have to do. But guidance, do this. This is not right. You are not doing the correct thing. Little deviation, not wrongly, rightly understood. Like Virochana saw in the body and went back to his kingdom and say, oh, teacher have taught me, I am, this body is the real self. So decorate it, worship it, we glorify this body. And those who think body as the self or the Atman, they are Virochanas, Santati, they are Asuras. If we consider ourselves as just body, then we are Asura. There is nothing else in Asura. So then Indra, what he did? Indra thought, this body changes, Atman doesn't change, I have heard. And this, how can this body be Atman? It grows, it dies. So no, there is some doubt. Atman cannot be wrong. He went back again to Brahma. Brahma says, again now meditate. As long as you meditate the first time, you meditate. And then you will find the Brahman. So just this much. Brahma is saying, go and meditate. Nothing else. Meditation all Indra had to do. But still Brahma guided him to meditation. He said, whatever you think is not right, the right thing, when you reach, you will understand. That's what the role of teacher. Little guidance. That is the great. That's why the student is here so pleased to Guru. And he said, Guru Raja, oh great among the teachers, E Guru Raja, Sada Ekasmai. Thou art ever same, Sada, always, Ekasmai, you are always same. He raises the level of Guru from human being to supreme being, to Brahman. So you are ever same. He is so pleased with Guru. He is not ordinary person, he tries to find the Guru. You are the same, and it is Sada Ekasmai, it's always Eka. So Eka means Brahman. You are always Brahman. Sada Ekasmai. Then Kasmai Chin Mahase Nama. Kasmai Chin. And Kasmai Chit means same. Same consciousness. Chit. To same someone. Some Kasmai means someone, consciousness, some consciousness. Inexplicable. It cannot be described. You are something, but you are that consciousness through which I have gained the knowledge. You are inexplicable. You are inexpressible. That is called Kasmai. Kasmai means someone. Whom we call someone, you don't know that person's name or from where he has come or who is that person, you don't know, because someone has come. That means you don't know about that. You cannot express that being. Brahman is like that, Kasmai Chit. This Chit is Kasmai, some Chit, some Brahman, which I cannot express. You are that Chit. As Sri Ramakrishna asked to him, have you seen anyone like me? Can you compare me? Is there anyone among sadhus, among others, who is like me? And Yam says, no, you are unique. You are unique, Thakur. As if God has made you with His hands, and to others He put in the dice and produced all other beings. But to you, He has made. So you are inexpressible. You are unique. That's what he said. Kasmai Chit. The Guru is Kasmai Chit. Some consciousness, some Brahman. Then Yad Etad. Who is this Etad means Etad Vishwarupena. You are consciousness and also you are Vishwarupa. You are all manifested. Guru Vaishnava, Guru Bhagavad Bhakta Bhagavan. Guru Krishna Vaishnava. Sri Ramakrishna says Guru Krishna Vaishnava, all three are one. That is here. Guru is Bhakta. Guru is also God, Krishna. Here it says, Guru, you are the Brahman, pure consciousness, Sada Ekasmai. You are always same, unchangeable, that is Brahman. And here, Etad Vishwarupena. And also you are that consciousness, and also you are this form, Vishwarupena. Rajate, you rule, you appear at this Vishwa. Guru, to thee, Namaha, I bow down. Namastasmai, I bow down to this being, and also at the end, Namaha. So here it is said, Guru is Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. So Guru is Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. All Trinity is Guru. And also Guru is transcending that. That is, he transcends all these forms beyond all Maya, and he is Brahman. He is Brahman, that is Nirakara Nirguna Brahman, and also Saguna Sakara Brahman. You are that, O Guru. Guru, your form has that thing, where he puts the Guru. You are just not the human being who taught me. It was not the possible that. It is the grace of God, grace of Brahman that flowed through this person. Here the student is praising the Guru power, not the Guru the person, not the Guru manifested human being, but the Guru power which gave him this realization. And as Sri Ramakrishna says, what is that Guru power? That is Sat Chit Ananda. There is none other than Supreme Reality. That alone can guide us and take us to Him or take us to that realization. Without the grace of Guru or without the grace of Satchidananda, we cannot reach the truth by our own effort. We may put as much effort, but that grace aspect is needed to go beyond this dense forest of birth, old age and death. So, here the teacher-student is so pleased with the Guru. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. Also Guru Brahma, Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara, and also Brahma. That's so beautifully the student is so pleased. Now he completes his prostration, salutation to the Guru. After saying that, he prostrates to the Guru. He has attained. Convocation, final degree attained. The final degree, job, whatever you say, you want to buy learning something. It is already got $1 million job or something, whatever is there, $100,000 job you get. So if you are so happy to the teacher who not only taught you, but also saw that you get the job. So everything fulfilled. Like that is the student so grateful to the teacher who not only gave him the instructions, but also he gave him the enlightenment. By his grace the enlightenment came. Now he prostrates to the Guru. Now the term of Guru. Final words from the teacher. So to find such student is also teacher also feels blessed. Such a student I found who could get fully what I could give, and who could utilize my instruction fully and attain what can be attained through my teaching. So that is called Ascharyo Bhakta Kusalo Selabdha. Then when these two meet together, great power comes. The real pouring of the knowledge of the self goes to a receptacle where it can be poured. Otherwise, where will you pour? You don't find the right student. Like Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. Those are really right guru and right disciple. Sri Ramakrishna was so happy when he saw Swami Narendranath. Whenever he saw him, even before Narendranath became fully realized soul, Sri Ramakrishna knew that this student and some others also is the one, they can fully understand me and can retain what I want to give them. What I want to give them, they only will not retain. Here is only after retaining. But they will also spread the message in time to the whole world. My message that has been done through so much of sadhana, what I have attained, is the property of this whole world. And that has to be given, disseminated to the world. Who will do that? I cannot do in one life. So that is to be given to someone who will spread the message of my sadhana. And that they found, Sri Ramakrishna found in Swami Narendranath. Before even he was fully prepared, Sri Ramakrishna used to be so, he knew that this boy has the power, has the capacity. So he used to be pleased to see Narendranath. Whenever Narendranath came, Sri Ramakrishna stopped talking with others. Oh, Narendra has come. He used to glow. Always he was happy. But Narendra came, then there was this joy just came out. Everybody felt, what is there in this boy? He is also like us. No, he was not like others. Others were great, but he was greatest among those all great people. So, Ascharyo Bhakta Kusalasya Labdha. So here also, student who could attain the thing, who could understand the thing, who could retain, who could realize. So that is a great joy for the teacher to have such student. So here in the verse 520, he says, Iti navamalokya shishyavaryam samadhigatatma sukham prabuddha tattvam pramudita hridayam sadeshikendra punaridamahavacha paramatma. You see what the teacher does. The student is natam, he is prostrated, he is fully surrendered through expressing his gratitude to the grace of the Guru. Iti natam avalokya. Now this teacher just sees the student, sees what he could do. Fully that student has captured that thing. So that student is not ordinary student. It is Kusalasya Labdha, it is Kusala student, it is very capable student, it is extraordinary student. That's why he says Shishya Varyam Vara, Shishya Vara, Guru Vara, I say, among the great among the Guru, like the Shishya Vara. Shishya is also a great student. So here the teacher says, the teacher saying, Shishya Varyam Niti Natam Avalokyam Shishya Varyam. He looks upon the student who is prostrating and is looking with, and he's saying this Shishya is not ordinary student, he is a great student. That's why Bara. Samadhi gatatma sukham prabuddha tattvam. Now there are the qualities of student. First is prostrating, and this samadhi gatatma sukham, atma sukham. He has samadhi, he has samadhi gata, he has found out, he has attained, he has claimed the atma sukham that was there has been realized. Adhigatam means he has gone to that, means he has got that, he has realized that. What that? Atma sukham, the bliss of the self. All is I and bliss. That I is the Atman. Samadhigata Atma Sukham. that student who was lying has attained the reality, attained the truth. And Prabuddha Tattvam, he is now to the Tattva, to the truth, to the reality, to the real substance. He is Prabuddha. His Buddha is awakened. When Buddha was asked by someone, "Are you God?" No. Then are you ordinary human being? No. Are you a rishi? No. Then who are you? I am Tathagata, I am Buddha. He said, you said, I am awakened. Now Prabuddha, Prakristena Buddha is completely awakened from the slumber of ignorance. All sun is ablaze. It is not even covered by a thin cloud, not even fog. Full bright sun of knowledge is already awakened. Knowledge has come up. So that is Prabuddha. And that student who has attained the bliss of the self and fully awakened, completely awakened, to that student, teacher is looking. Teacher is also saying the qualities of the student. You see, teacher, as the student said, so many qualities of the teacher. You are Guru Raja, and you are the best among the Guru, king of the Gurus. So he says, the student also says, Shishyavarya, O Shishyavarya, the great among the Shishya. If we read Gita, often Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, O great among the Vishnu, among the Yaduvamsa, like that it all says, Bharatas, great among the Bharatas, the children of Bharatavarsa, you are the great Bharatarsava. So like that, he also says, you are not ordinary person, ordinary citizen, you are great. Here also he says, you are great, you are Prabuddha and Atma Sukha Samadhigata. These two qualities said. Pramudita Hridayam, and your heart, your mind is Pramudita. Pramudita is full of joy. You are totally transformed. Where is any suffering and misery in you? All are gone. Your heart is full of bliss. That is what you are. Pramudita Hridayam. Pramoda means joy, exorbitant joy. So that is, your Hridaya is full of joy. I find you are prostrating beside me, but I can see what your heart is full of and where you have awakened. And he says the one quality is Samadhigata Atma Sukham, Prabuddha Dattam, and you are awakened to the truth. Realize the bliss, awakened to the truth, and heart full of joy. All suffering, doubts, misery, all vanished. So you are Pramudita Hridayam Sadeshikendra. That Deshikendra is saying. What he did, that Deshikendra. And Deshika means, that one sloka is there on Shankaracharya. Tam Deshikendram Paramam Pavitram is there. Shankara Deshika me Sharanam. O Shankara, O Deshika, I take refuge in thee. So Deshika means teacher. So who gives you knowledge is Deshika. So here teacher is not only Deshika. If you are just given knowledge, he would be Deshika. Now who gives knowledge, and that knowledge is fructified in realization. That knowledge has really attained Adhita Tejasvina Vadhita Mastu. Whatever we learn, study, may it illumine me. The student has already illumined, his knowledge has dawned. So the teacher is not ordinary Deshika, he is Deshikendra. He is the king among the teachers. That is about the teacher, the glorifying word about the teacher. Deshikendra Punaridamaha Vacha Param Mahatma. So this Deshikendra is not ordinary person. He is Mahatma. He is great soul. Mahatma, Swami Vivekananda defined Mahatma very nicely. Mahatma is great soul. We all are soul, Mahatma is great soul. So Swami Vivekananda defined Mahatma as one whose heart bleeds for the poor, he said, for the needy, who is always ready to help the needy. That is called Mahatman. who lives for others, that is Mahatman. Whose life is dedicated for the service of others, only the person becomes Mahatma when you have that. So today is the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi, 2nd October. And that was also given that way. But Swamiji's definition was that you can tally how Mahatma Gandhi lived his life of dedication and service to the people of India. And the world gets inspiration from him. So, Punaridam Ahavacha Param Mahatma. And this Mahatma is Param. This is the supreme that being is saying. Recitatum Param Vacha. This great words. Vacha is the Param Vacha. And this Mahatma Deshikendra, great-souled king of the teachers, is saying, he told, Punaridam aha, again he told. What he told? Idam param vachaha, this great supreme word. That what he said, great supreme words, that we'll read next time. What he said to the teacher. You can imagine how the teacher would be happy to see the fulfillment of his students' attainment. That is the greatest joy and reward for the teacher. Not Nobel Prize or any other award, the school giving, government giving some money. That doesn't stand to the satisfaction where the student fully grasps and attains what that teaching and knowledge could give him. So that is the greatest happiness of the teacher. So this teacher is also full of bliss to find this person, this student, attaining and gaining the knowledge of the self. So that's why Ashcharyo Vakta Kusalosya Labdva. The teacher is no doubt great. He could give all the instruction and guide the student step by step to attain the truth. But to do that, you need such student. All students cannot be like that. So that we student can really grasp the teaching and follow the instruction and reach the place where Guru wants to take that person is really satisfying to the Guru. Guru is so pleased. As the student is full of gratitude towards Guru, Guru is also filled with great satisfaction to find such a student who went beyond ignorance and reached the light of knowledge. So this is the Vivekachudamani that promises us, if you follow me, what I instructed, if you do that, you will attain this light. Here the Guru is Vivekachudamani. And student is not the one who is in the book. Student, we all are the students of this Vivekachudamani. And if we follow the teachings of the Vivekachudamani and do the sadhana, that's not just reading, what the Vivekachudamani wants us to think and ponder and focus, if we do that, we will also realize that self. And who will be very happy if we realize the self? It's the Vivek, it's the Brahman, it's the manifested Brahman. Shankaracharya will be very happy. These great souls, their heart really bled for the people who are in ignorance. Shankara, in this short life of attaining whole knowledge, why he had to travel from village to village, from city to city, and from one place to another. Whole life he traveled, the whole of his life, and finally went to Kedarnath and died at the age of 32. So just to make people aware of their self, and so that they all go beyond the suffering caused by ignorance. That was his only thing. Just doing good, like Vasanta Valloka Hitam Charanta. They travel like the Vasanta Ritu. That's the nature of the teacher. So they don't even have to think that I have to give joy. Just they are there, they talk, they speak, and they are the people who can grasp, and the fruit comes. Vasanta Ritu comes, and there's the flowering season. Flowers come up. Like that, when such teacher roam around this world, in this world, and those are the things that happen. Take example, Sri Ramakrishna. Whatever he spoke, it was not for Yam, it was not for Swami Vivekachudamani. It was all for you and me. That all they carried and they poured. And such a sweet nectar, which just listening is a sweet, but the sweetness should not end only in listening. But to practice what he says, we need to translate those teachings in life, and that will make real. If you really love Sri Ramakrishna and want to please him, then we have to transform ourselves. We have to realize God. And like this teacher, here in Vivekachudamani, seeing his student realizing the self, Sri Ramakrishna will also be so much happy and will dance. Oh, you see, this student, this human being, this disciple has attained God, realized God, could conquer himself, could go beyond all his weaknesses, helplessness, all his mistakes, and could attain the truth. And that Sri Ramakrishna will be pleased if we could realize the truth. If we really love Sri Ramakrishna, we need to aspire, practice to attain the truth. Thank you very much for being, and next Vivekachudamani class we will see what teacher is saying to the student. Beautiful poetry and wonderful expression by the great Shankara in the Vivekachudamani. Now the closing chants. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadguru Pada Padme Tayo Sritva Pranamami